Maybe we can help.
Y'all gotta watch it. Don't just walk away. Oh,
You gotta watch. Maybe we can help her over there. Is Drea?
What if
Or
she told
like-
God doing it like that?
I'm not gonna keep introducing you. You're gonna have to speak for yourself.
Aaron loves us.
That is very
It
true.
wasn't me.
Well,
What up? I said, what?
He's answering me. He's hearing me. And I'm just like, I'm thankful.
In my mind, when I walk away from the conversation, I'm going to have questions.
Forgive from your heart. Let the Lord use you.
Let them in.
Welcome to Maybe We Can Help, the podcast where we give our unsolicited advice. Maybe it'll help you. Maybe it won't. You be the judge. I'm Tasia Royale.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Drea.
Did she get it? Did you get it right there?
No, I don't think I did.
I didn't look to see.
Maybe one day.
I didn't look to see.
No.
What's the we talking about? I don't know.
Abuse.
we were
Abuse.
talking- Yeah.
Okay. Thank y'all. I really, because she kept saying brorilla. So I was like, what are we actually talking about today?
We're going to talk about Brorilla today.
Where,
Brorilla.
All right, now, when we talk about abuse, what abuse are we talking about? Or
Child
all
abuse.
abuse in general?
Child
abuse.
abuse.
Well, I would say all abuse, but we were going to go from child abuse and then see what.
Okay, why child abuse?
Because I feel like it's a thin line.
Between love and hate.
and also we had seen
A video.
a video. I'm
that's
sure
been
a lot of
circulating.
y'all have seen it with
Yeah,
that
the viral
pastor
video.
that had that kid on live apologizing. I might put a little clip in here, so if I do, it's gonna show up right now.
I went to jail. I really do live what I preach. I promise you I do. So, this son of mine, glory to God's name, who I took in, this boy took our whole family through a whole scheme. So whooping hadn't been the only, there's been many times that we should have whooped his tail. Did we?
No, sir.
In this wasn't the victim. She was the victim. Lift your hand. I was the victim.
Yes, sir.
Go on.
I apologize for the police having to invade our home. And I apologize for the police having to put you, Dad, in handcuffs. I apologize for lying on Dad and putting you in the situation that I put you in. I apologize, Mom, for running away and also having you to have to handle me.
So we've told you for I don't know how long, man. You're gonna make mistakes, haven't we?
Yes, sir.
You flesh, you're human. You are a developing young man. We've told you you're gonna make mistakes. It's okay to cry. We done told you you're gonna make mistakes, right?
Yes, sir.
And so we told you all we want you to do is tell us what?
The truth?
And you haven't done that, have you?
No, sir.
Yeah. So we've been very understanding concerning your development and you growing up and you making mistakes. And we done told you that over and over and over and over. How many times have we told you that?
A lot.
What percentage is he getting abused? I'm definitely sure 100,000% he's getting abused till zero. No, he's not getting abused.
You talking about the kid?
Yeah, what percentage you putting on it?
I don't want to put a percentage on it, but he just seemed uncomfortable to me sitting there, apologizing. And I just feel like if he is getting abused, I just pray that it do come out if that's the case. Like, I don't want to say the man is abusing him because I'm not in the home and I don't know, but just from the outside looking in, the child just seemed uncomfortable to me.
I would say if he's not abusing him, he's definitely grooming him. For
Definitely.
I think so. If it's not abuse, it's grooming.
So what's your percentage then?
If I had to say in a percentage about
Because that's still abuse.
I would say abuse probably 65%. I would believe that he would. He would be like some of the pictures that came out after the video was just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's what got me. Like, I saw the video where the boy was apologizing. Honestly, I didn't see that much wrong with it. To be honest with you, the kid honestly looked like any kid that got chastised would look. They're not gonna look happy. But when I started seeing all the photos with the kid getting his eyebrows done and then how the guy looked in the photos, I was like, you know what? that kid might be in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, like, I just don't want to say, oh, you're abusing him because I'm not in the home.
I don't know.
But if he is, I pray that it do come out.
I personally think they
eventually.
handled it
God got a place
wrong.
for him
I
if he
think
is.
Yeah.
they handled it wrong. I felt like shouldn't they have, because it was happening in Florida, and boy, some crazy stuff out in Florida. I don't know how they handled their
Charlemagne said all the craziest people come out of the Bronx and all of Florida.
Yeah, the Florida is a crazy
Charlemagne
place.
said it, not
It's
me.
a beautiful place. I actually love traveling to Florida. I would go to Florida a lot more. But
Florida's dope.
I really love Florida. But
I almost moved to Florida.
I just don't know how they handle their CPS situations down there. But I felt like an investigation should have been done. You know what I'm saying? I heard they just arrested him. You know what I'm saying? Because of the child's claims.
Also, there were scars on his back.
Yeah, and I feel like there should have been an investigation.
So that's why my percentage is probably about 70%.
Yeah, so okay.
Only because, I mean, if they were anywhere else, then you could say he did it to himself.
Does he play sports?
But, well,
He don't look like he plays sports.
let's say he does.
Okay.
Why would there be scars in his back?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Because, like,
I mean, boys are boys. You'd be surprised what some scars might be.
Safe
For
Right,
a boy.
okay,
The
so
proper
okay.
You know, or he'd
Let's
be
say,
climbing a tree, fell.
Because I got boys.
You
and
know
I
what I'm saying?
remember at one point.
Yes.
Okay, but hold on.
to take them to the hospital.
So
'cause I'm
that-
like,
it would
they
be
probably think
different.
I'm abusing y'all.
For real though.
Right. It would be different if there were like scars in random places.
Mhm.
But and the scars were according to the police report, they were, what do you call it? That it did signify like it was a belt
Mhm.
of some sort. And one of the scars was still open, according to the police report.
How you getting scars off a belt?
A buckle.
Like a welt.
Yeah, the buckle.
A welt,
But
but
even a regular belt, if you swing a regular belt
Hard
with,
enough?
like force, you can tear somebody's skin up. That's
Yeah,
why
some
I
of
said I
them
feel
were
like
closed.
It's a thin line.
And only
when it
one of
comes
them, like
to
they had been healed,
disciplining
and then
your
one of them
kids.
was a little bit like broken skin, a little. So they were saying that means that this is happened more than once. Because if you have one that's some that are healed and some that are not, then this has happened more than once.
And you got to think about, like, say when people use stencher cords. Like, I mean, let's take
I think that is so
like
extreme.
slaves, for instance, how they was getting hit with a whip. It broke their skin open.
Yeah,
And it left scars.
Like a belt can do that if you use enough force. I feel like anything can break your skin open if you use
And it
enough
I
force.
don't know if a belt can.
Yeah.
I've had.
I don't
Are you
know.
I done had whelps.
I done got hit with belts.
I get whelps if I scratch too hard. So yes, a belt
A
can
welt,
definitely.
but you talk about breaking skin. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking. I can see a
A
welt.
welt is like your skin is rising, it's irritated.
Yeah,
and
but I
sometimes
mean, like
you ain't never had
can
the
you start
point where
bleeding
you-
from a
Yes.
belt?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
you ain't been beat that hard.
Absolutely.
I ain't
That's
get
what I
hit
was
with
gonna
a
say.
belt.
No, they didn't hit you hard enough. Cause I almost every time I got a whooping, I had a little bit of blood. What the name?
I don't believe it. But
Some,
okay.
I think it depends on the skin too. Like,
No,
cause
seriously.
some
As a matter of
skin
fact,
is more sensitive than others, and some skin it's easy to break skin very easily.
And
I
I
got-
barely got whoopings, but when I did get a whooping, I got a whooping.
scratch right now from something.
But
you
that's
hit
why I
me
never
with.
was a big whooper with my kids.
I don't think I think I disciplined Harmony like one time.
I
Yeah.
can't even remember it.
Exactly.
I did more
Because I
talking.
don't. Yeah, I'm a big talker. We're gonna work this emotion out. Why are you feeling?
But
this way? Like, you
Harmony
did-
actually be listening though.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, I could give her a look and she know it's time to get it. Get it right.
She's
Although I do
hilarious.
pop her every now and then if she need it, but I just pop her on the hand or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
I don't. wouldn't have-
Honestly, you know what's funny though? Harmony's hilarious. Cause I was like, she did something and I was like, cause you don't want to pop out of anger.
Right.
So I took a breath and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pop you. That was like she was trying to told a lie or something and she wouldn't tell the truth. And I was like, Harmony, I'm gonna pop you if you don't tell the truth because I know you're lying. And so I I popped her hand and I was just gonna leave it at one pop and I did. But I popped her hand and she just looked at me. She ain't cried, didn't tear up or nothing. I was like, oh, snap. Okay. I didn't get you that good this time. I'm going to get you good next time. And so next time I got her on her thigh because I was like, okay, more sensitive. Yeah, just a little tear. I don't need you to bust out and tear, but just a little tear. You're going to react somehow. Popped her on that thigh. Nothing. She just, and I popped her good. The girl is tough.
You popped her good.
No, I know I did because my hand stung a little bit. So I know I got her good. Nothing.
Nothing.
just looked at me. I think the last time I got her, she did cry. But that was on her hand.
Mm-hmm.
But she did cry. But man, she tough. Weapons don't always work on all these kids.
I feel
if
like
I'm be honest
sometimes
with you.
whoopings in general don't work on certain people, on certain kids.
You got to parent the child that's in front of you.
Yeah, but I like I said before, I feel like
I think
it's a
even with
thin
those
line
kids, if
with
it don't
abuse.
work, I think there should be something else along with the whipping. They should get a little whipping, something. Still get a little whipping, but then you get other stuff with it.
But I feel like when you do discipline your kids, like you said before, make sure you're not angry.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how some people take it overboard because they're
Mm-hmm.
angry while they're doing
Right.
it.
I feel like in the Black household, a lot of people discipline their kids because they're angry
Mhm.
versus discipline, like,
To
you know,
teach them a lesson. And
right.
And I think-
the house rule should be the house rule, and then there should be a set consequence for breaking
certain rules.
Right. You can't just have random stuff, and because it pissed you off, oh, you gonna get it this time. If you give 3, like, okay, even if it's licks, let's say you do give licks, you pop them or whatever. If they do that same crime, it should be 3 every time. You know, it should be the same exact concept. If it's a timeout, if you're madder this time than you did last time and it's the same crime, it should still be a timeout. It should, because it's discipline, and not only is it disciplining you,
Well, and
the
also
child, but it's
frequency
also
too, though. Because if they keep doing it, then the punishment has to get worse.
has to increase, and that's understandable, you know. But that's a part of the rules.
But how much should
So,
it increase though? Because
It
if
depends.
they keep doing it, it's like, okay, increase far as getting more licks, using more force.
I think it
or,
depends on the
like, could it be
the
taking
situation.
something away from
Yeah,
them?
I would say
Right.
start to take do something
Yeah.
different. You still get a whipping, but now you don't get the PlayStation or the
Right.
Xbox or something, or
Okay.
you don't get your phone
I
or
can,
something
I can
like
use
that.
myself as an example. So my one of mine was acting out, and so the first thing I did was, okay, we are taking the phone, okay, for a week. Did it again, and then it was just like, okay, all electronics are coming out of your room, so no phone, no tablet, no TV, nothing. And then did it again in a worse way. So then I took their room.
So what, they had to sleep in the living room?
Mm-hmm. So and which was the
That's a new one. I ain't never heard take the
Yeah.
whole room.
So
I
what
had
I
my
did-
door taken off before, but not the room.
So this is
Golly.
what I did. This is what I did. I said, okay, if we're doing this, then you can't come in this room unless you are getting clothes. They were having issues with, first of all, cleaning the room, keeping it together, and then behavioral issues as well. And so that's what it was. So it was increasing, but it was just like, so I locked them out, and you had to sleep in the living room. You had to, everything.
Mhm.
And I could unlock it just for you to get clothes and come out because you lost your privileges. And so everything you did was pretty much out in the open. Like you ain't had ain't no privacy. You ain't got no phone.
And you know what? Having your own room is a privilege.
It is.
Like a lot of kids don't have their own room.
Right.
It's
It's
a
it's
privilege.
almost it's not equivalent to being homeless, but it make you feel like that. Like
You just ain't got your own space.
right. And so when everybody else want to watch TV in the living room or whatever, you're subject to whatever's
Whatever
going on at
everybody
any
else
time.
do.
There ain't no running away, ain't no nothing. So, and it changed the whole behavior because it's just like everything I had, literally let them know everything I have is given to me by my parent.
Mhm.
So I should definitely get, better at this. And then at the time, one of them had a smaller room or a smaller space. And so the person that lost their room. So the other sibling got to take the bigger room. So it's just like, just to let you know, like, because you can't, if you get out here and you break the rules, you could lose your house, you could lose your car, you could lose everything. Like you have to abide by the laws and the rules and the different things like that. And so that permanent situation was, I think, a mind switcher. We didn't have that problem no more.
So hold on. you basically let the other sibling take the other
Uh-huh.
person's space.
Yes, because once they got, okay,
The
so
other-
I skipped the part. Once they got their room back, the situation arose again, and it was just like, okay, so that wasn't enough. Oh no, it was no. And at that time, of course, they're gonna beg, they're gonna plead, they're gonna say, but we have to change this habit. And if I let you get away with it and let you get away with it and let you get away with it, it fixes nothing, and it teaches you to play on people's humanity, to manipulate. And I said, absolutely not. And they were like, are you gonna shut me out my room again? I said, no, you don't have, this room is not yours. So they had to downsize, and downsizing the room also meant downsizing their stuff. Yeah, and they did not have, after that though, before they even got into the smaller space, they didn't have a room for 8 months. And so some people, that might sound extreme, they had everything they needed, but it was like 8 months before they got their own room.
As a parent, whatever you say, you better be able to stand on business. If you gonna say, I'm gonna throw this thing out the window, you better be ready to throw it out the window.
Because they're going to push you to
your
that
word.
limit.
They're gonna push
Keep your
you. They're gonna
word.
push
They're
you
gonna
to it
push you to
sometimes.
Keep your word.
So whatever you say, just be able to stand on business.
Yes, because if not, they're gonna play with you.
That is true.
Because like
And that's also with rewards too. Because I told Harmony, boy, I gotta stop telling her stuff. Because I didn't want her to wear a dress to school. Technically, nothing wrong with wearing a dress to school. I just feel like it's school. Like, why would you want to wear a dress? Like, why? Just wear these pants. But I told her, I said, if you can find your black boots, because I don't know where they are and I'm not looking for them. I don't feel like looking for them in the morning. You can wear the dress.
And so I'm in the kitchen.
She found them.
I'm in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I hear, Dad!
I told her this in the
I
morning.
need your flashlight. I need your flashlight. I'm like, what you need? My mom said if I find these shoes, I can wear a dress. So I need to look under the bed. I need your flashlight right now, Dad. Dad gonna, she ain't find them shoes.
She found them boots. When I got home, she's like, Mom, I found the boots. I said,
She got to wear a
nabbit.
dress.
Yes, you can. And I made provision, a way for her to wear a dress because she had the boots. Because you got to be a man of and a woman of your word at all times, through the
Absolutely.
good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? If you said you're gonna do something, do it.
Do it.
So
or don't put your word out
I didn't
there.
want to, but I did it. I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, you got being. Yeah, if you say you're gonna lose this or you're gonna lose that, like, and so that's why it's so important to have self-control and self-discipline, because you could end up putting words out there that you really don't want to have to back up,
Right. That is true.
and you don't want to do that because then they think basically you become nothing to them.
You just talking. You just run it
Yeah,
off. At
you
the
ain't really
mouth.
gonna
You just
do it.
run
You ain't
like
really
a
gonna
mouth.
right.
Like, Mom just talking. Whatever. I'm gonna do what I want. Who
Right.
cares?
And it becomes like you have to stand on business, because they'll always think that you're a joke. And, so yeah, my kids know better. They do. Cause I mean, I done took some stuff and they get it bad, of course. Cause
See, we
my
was
kids are
big at
so
grounding.
well provided for. It's ridiculous.
I don't know how we're gonna be in the future, but I think it's gonna be hilarious. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna be the type of parents that kind of not play mind games. But have you ever seen My Wife and Kids? They never whoop their children, but they always found a way for them to learn
A
what they
lesson.
need. learned a lesson. And I see Aaron and I doing that.
See,
Like,
me and my ex-husband, it's funny, like, for us to be in two different households after, we got our divorce. Eventually we got to the point where we still was on one accord when it came to certain things with the kids. Like, if, like, our one son, if he was not allowed to go nowhere, and when he came to my house, he still couldn't go nowhere. Or like if he couldn't do this or do that, it was just vice versa with all of them. Like, we was just on one accord.
If you can't do it, you can't do it.
And
And that's a great thing, co-parenting.
And like one thing right now, like the biggest thing, which been for me, is with money. Like, far as I'm a giver when it comes to my children. So my ex-husband, he is like, don't give one of our kids, don't give them no more money right now. I was like, okay. He's like, I mean it. I was like, okay. So my kid had called for some money, and I was like, I can't give you no money. He's like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I like, cause dad said so.
Yeah.
You're like, what? I'm like, yes. So like, it's been a struggle for me in that area because it's just like, and I know it has a lot to do from my childhood trauma for me wanting certain things and I couldn't always get it. For the most part, it was a lot I couldn't get. So I always told myself in my mind, when my kids, when I have kids, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And so that was an issue because I was a big giver. Well, I am a big giver when it comes to my kids. Like I always try to make it happen. Yeah, but that's something I'm trying to
That's something my mom passed down too. Because even I was a very fortunate child. Like I didn't have it all, everything I ever wanted, but like I never went without. And then she always gave me money. Like my mama wasn't present because she was constantly working. So when she wasn't present, she gave me money, and I could literally just kind of. I was out here on a wing and a prayer. But I worked a lot too, so I naturally, whenever I'm in a store, I'm naturally always, oh, Harmony would look so cute in this, but she needs for nothing, and I don't want to give her everything. I want her to learn the value of money, what it takes to make money.
Oh, she know the value of money. the way she be getting me.
She does. I want her to learn how to save money at an early age. The lessons that because as a parent, you can give and give and give and give and give, and that becomes a little burdensome as they become older a little bit, especially if you're not giving them the tools that they need to make money grow, And
I'm sorry, you can finish.
No, you're good. So I'm just like, okay, I want to give you a lot of stuff, but I have to be mindful that I got to chill because you need to understand what this does. Like this money didn't just land in my account. Like we out here working for this. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, Mom, I want this. Well, you're going to have to wait. Just like I need to wait sometimes. We're just going to have to wait. I might have it. Absolutely, I might have it. But no, absolutely not. You're just not going to get it on demand because you're not going to learn the true value of it. And I think a lot of times that's what our kids now are missing. Like a lot of our kids come from a generation, us millennials are handing our kids a lot of stuff, and they're not really having to work for it because we went through a lot of stuff when we were deprived, and now we just like, nah, our kids ain't gonna have that. Some kids need not deprived, have their needs met, of course, but they need to learn the value. Wants. They need to learn value, and they need to learn responsibility of money. This money ain't just floating around. You ain't got an inheritance. Well, you might have an inheritance. I pray my children gonna have inheritance. Yes, but still.
So, do you feel like depriving them of things can be abuse?
No. I feel like if you depriving somebody of food, to me that's abuse.
Yeah,
basic necessities.
That's why I was trying to draw the line.
When people, everybody has a right to do whatever they want in their own home. But to me, I find it weird when you hear about people putting locks on their refrigerators.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
Unless you have a child of special needs.
Yes. If you don't have that.
Or a child that has a eating
disorder.
Like obesity.
Or anorexia or something like that. Where they'll eat the food and throw up. Like it's really a disorder.
What is that one?
Right, where it's for their health reasons.
It would have,
but the lock
is
not going to help that. You need to teach them
counseling something.
Yeah,
but
you
I
need
just
to teach
find
them.
that weird.
I think only special needs, because when it comes to obesity and stuff like that, you need to teach them how to have a healthy relationship with food. And depriving yourself and locking on the fridge ain't healthy.
Doing nothing.
That's not healthy.
Well, the thing about so
that's
if they won't stop. I mean, I guess you gotta, again, I feel like I'm the type of person where I feel like you have the parent who's in front of you, and sometimes you have kids that are going to try to harm themselves. I mean, if you have a child that is, because some people think, they don't have they're not special needs, so I shouldn't have to. But if you have a child that is suicidal or something like that, you should lock your medicine cabinet. You absolutely should take
medicine. But we talking about like the refrigerator.
But that's a way. That's self harm sometimes. for children that
How
have.
though?
I
Like,
just
it's
find
just
it-
food.
I don't know, to me,
I'm
I
not
find
saying,
it-
I'm
when
not
they
have a-
saying food can't hurt you, and
Right.
that overeating is bad and stuff. But
I
to the
went
point
to
where you gotta
school-
lock it.
Yeah, I went to school.
That's
with
the
a young-
problem that the
with someone-
parent did.
I
The
went
parent
to school.
created that.
The parent created that
You have
problem.
to create discipline in your child, but when you don't, okay, like for example, I had we went to school with somebody who had diabetes,
Mhm.
and they still liked to eat different sugary things.
Well, don't
or,
buy
you know.
sugar.
That's what I'm saying, but it's just like, okay, in order, like the whole house don't have it, so you just shouldn't have. You shouldn't have none. Like you can't.
If
Yeah.
that's gonna help the child,
If
change
that's what-
everybody.
right, if it's just you,
Technically,
And yeah.
I just learned this too, because the field that I'm in, and every facility is different how they teach things. But what I just learned right now, there's no diet, no special diet for people that has diabetes. Basically, you eat a normal diet, but you just eat. Be mindful of what you eat. Make better and healthy. Make better choices. Make healthier choices. Try not to, indulge in sugar and things like that. So basically, it's all about portion control and making healthier choices.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I was like, because
So-
back at home, it was always push this, and that. But now it's just like, no, you make healthy choices. Like you shouldn't say, oh, you have to eat this because you're a diabetic. No, just be mindful.
I think because the mind has a problem with when you tell the mind
No.
you can't. Yeah. When you be like, no, you can't have this. Your mind be like,
Mine is egotistical.
who says I can't eat a Snicker? So they're just like, okay, eat the Snicker. Just eat a half of, try to be better at
Yeah.
eating the
Because
Snicker.
I find
the
it better-
woman, I'm sorry, the woman did say, she said this. She was like, so you mean to tell me I should tell a diabetic person, you can't eat 3 Snickers, but then I can tell somebody without diabetes, you can?
eat, yeah.
No, you
It's not
probably
healthy.
shouldn't eat it.
Yeah,
Period.
that's the thing. It's not healthy for anybody.
For any person, yeah, to eat, sit down and eat 3
Yeah.
Snickers, yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, I find it easier when I tell myself the things that I can have versus tell myself the things that I can't.
And I find, well, you said what?
I
what,
find it
you
easier.
can?
Like, yes. Like I'll be like, ooh, I can eat this. I can have this. I can have peanuts. I can have I tend to do better when I start looking into the delicious things that I can have.
Yeah, that's
Instead
the
of
mind.
saying I
though.
can't.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
your
mind.
mind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've learned
And you have to
do
teach that for a kid. That's why I said you shouldn't if a child is struggling with eating disorders, as the parent, you need to do whatever it takes. Make food fun instead of food being something that is sustaining your body. Make it fun that they're, this is enjoyable. Let's cook together. Come in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you how to make healthier
Yeah,
stuff.
cook
Yeah.
more
You know what I'm
people.
saying?
Working out fun.
Make
Cook
working
more.
out fun. Like,
Something.
don't just go
Yeah.
to the gym. Let's get on the monkey bars or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To take it away from the stress and load of I shouldn't do this or I can't do that.
Psychological
So that's right. So I
warfare.
said when it is abuse when you put locks and you don't have special needs children, because special needs children, they are special needs, and sometimes you really just don't know. So sometimes you got to put locks on doors for special needs
Right.
children. But everything else, that's definitely abuse. You
Let's
should
just work
you
at
should
it, is what you're
never
saying.
deprive a human being from its needs.
Yeah.
They need sleep. They need water. They need food. Like they need a
Yeah, you
shelter
can
over
take
their
away
head. They need
sodas and
clothing.
juices and stuff.
Right. They need
But
water.
I mean, come
They
on now.
need
And, like,
the
Water
body
is-
only needs water. Unless you a baby. You know what
And
I'm saying?
and to be honest, like when it came to my kids, like all my kids are small. I would like if I just fed them, like because I used to cook all the time. If I fed them and they'd be like, "Oh, I want this," I like no. I like you just ate. I like you are not hungry. And when I would say that, they're like, "Okay." And they're going about their business. I know they wasn't hungry because I literally just fed them. Like you're not about to overeat. I wouldn't let my kids do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't put no lock on my refrigerator either.
As a
I just told
chunkier
'em,
girl myself
no.
too, I don't let my daughter overeat. Cause listen, you don't have to go through this stress, okay? Of being chunkier, you will not, darling. I'm gonna keep you the way you are. In Jesus' name.
It's like right now I'm trying to work on
You know what I'm
myself
saying?
and my
So I'm
weight.
just like,
and
I
I'm
know
just
the
like,
future.
No,
You will not be there.
So I'm gonna switch it here. Can you be an abusive friend?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Abusive.
Okay,
manipulating.
Anything.
An abusive friend taking your friendship and using it only for their needs and gains.
Yeah, for your own benefits.
And not caring about the other person's feelings while doing it.
Okay.
Being manipulative.
So not caring about someone's feelings is abuse.
No, that's not what I said. I said taking someone's friendship and using it and for their gains without caring about the person's feelings. So I'm taking, say, let's say we're working together, huh?
Oh, I thought
me and you are working together. I pay for absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting supply. I'm not paying booth rent. I'm not doing. I'm using all of your stuff that you pay for. I'm not paying for anything, and I'm using everything that you pay for. And I don't even care. I'm not even asking you that. Oh, can I use this? I'm just taking it in general. I'm taking because we cool. You know what I'm saying? We in the same room. I'm like, yeah, we finna use all of this stuff.
You never want to chip in to make it easier for your friend.
I'm not participating at all, not washing nothing, and then I'm just like, oh well, she let me.
And then the second they ask you, hey man, you got $5 I can use?
No,
why are you asking me for money?
Right?
I ain't get. That is.
I would say more that's taking advantage.
That's abuse.
That's abuse.
So taking advantage of someone is abusive
because we're in the same room. I'm only doing it because we're in the same room.
So
I don't know if that's abuse though.
I would say
that would be taking advantage
financial
of someone.
abuse.
Yeah, I might be with Sheena on that one.
Financial abuse. Like if your friend is coming out of pocket for everything and you don't contribute and you don't
yeah, but you're not forcing them to do it.
But that's the thing.
Right, that's what I was saying.
That's you taking.
That's just using somebody.
Yeah, using them for we used to call them Junies back in the day.
Junies. I never heard of
it's
that.
a Junie. I mean, they want to do it, so
it
we're
some
gonna
bum.
use you as much as you let
Right,
us use
because
you.
okay, so put it
Is
like
that
this.
abuse?
So put
I
it
don't
like this.
know.
If your living boyfriend moves in with you, and he's not
your
paying,
live-in boyfriend moves in with you.
well, your living boyfriend is not
another
paying for
man.
nothing.
He's a bum.
And he's not paying for nothing. He using your car. So it's like when Beyonce and them back in the day, they was just like, you know what I'm saying, you trifling. Good for nothing type of brother. They won't screaming, he abusive.
I mean, they're not going to scream that, but to me, it's really financial abuse because who's benefiting?
I feel like financial abuse is when you are the breadwinner.
Basically, you are if you're taking care of everything.
No, I'm talking about when if you're the breadwinner and you are deliberately depriving the person that isn't working from having money, from like you are using it, dangling it over their head and being
that is another form of financial abuse. But
right,
financial abuse also too
and you're
can
saying,
be
I'm not giving
you're
you
taking
nothing.
advantage of somebody else, even if like you might have your own money, but you're going to use all their money up. To me, that's a form of abuse too.
But I feel like that's abuse to me is more like holding somebody like.
Can you abuse somebody that lets you do it?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Like you just taking advantage
Yes,
of their
because
kindness.
I feel like they have no self-worth.
Well, most people.
I don't think that's abuse.
Okay, so if I say, "Here, punch me in the face," can I say they abuse me?
Yeah,
Absolutely
they
not.
Put their hands on you.
No, but I told them to.
You tell the
I
police
want
that.
it. There's people I watched a show I was watching. The dude was
he liked abuse.
Sato something.
Yeah,
But
it's that stuff where you like to be abused.
like
Like,
chained
so
up.
is Aaron abusive when he
So
choking Tay?
say if he
Golly, why would you?
say if
She already said it on the pod.
this person likes this and you strike them and they die, should you be held accountable?
Manslaughter.
Okay, so but you're
that's
still
not
held
murder.
accountable. But you're still gonna go to jail.
That's
for
because that was an
manslaughter.
accident of death. Somebody lost a life.
But you still gonna go to jail.
That's okay, but
But
if
would
you-
that be abuse?
But if it's on videotape and y'all playing around and you like, yeah, punch me, and they punch you and you file a police report, that's a false report.
Okay.
Because the judge is not gonna allow that to be prosecuted.
But have you ever seen somebody in a heated argument? I want you to hit me.
But that's different. That's
and then
different.
you get punched. Then what?
That's different
I'm just
because
asking.
because in that type of situation, it's more fighting words.
Like
But if
aggravated.
you're like,
Like-
I want you to hit me, then you be like, hit me.
That's
hit
more
me,
like
hit me.
aggravated.
Somebody could say, oh, they wanted me to hit them, so I just punched
I
them.
looked it
That's
up.
different though.
I just looked it up. Okay, so abuse is the improper treatment or usage of a person or animal, often to gain unfair benefit, physical, verbal, sexual, emotional, or financial
So then
forms.
technically that
And
would
it-
be
Yeah,
abuse.
so you're benefiting
what
from
from it.
dictionary is that? Because you had to look for a couple. Is that
I
Oxford?
just looked up one. As I looked
Like
up
What's the
Google.
dictionary?
I have no idea how you find out that. It's just abuse. And it says types of abuse: physical, causing physical pain or injury; emotional or psychological abuse; behaviors causing trauma, anxiety, or depression; sexual abuse; non-consensual sexual acts or exploitation; financial abuse; controlling a person's financial resources; neglect, failure to provide necessary care or supervision; and verbal abuse, using words to demean, intimidate, or harm.
Okay, so and that would fall under that
Yeah.
because it is using someone.
Well, there, because I looked it up too. I just didn't say what the definition was.
Oh,
But
okay.
it could be used as a verb, a noun,
Yes.
different stuff.
Yeah,
Like
a thin line.
it's a thin line because I can't say letting somebody buy you stuff is
I don't
abuse.
I don't think all abuse is a thin line. I think abuse.
Well, no, not physical and not emotional.
Yeah.
But once y'all start talking about money and stuff like that, time.
But for
that
instance-
and that's
iffy.
hard to prove in court. Too.
That's
But
very hard to prove.
I mean, it's probably hard to prove in court, but it's like you're doing it. Like for instance, how
it ain't what
some-
you know, it's what you can prove.
I understand that, so that's why I said it would be hard in
That's in
court.
the court of law.
But some
with
women and
Jesus,
some men know
knows
that
all.
they are using this woman or man financially.
Sure.
And I just
Yeah,
feel
absolutely.
like that's abuse. I just feel like it's wrong. Like, why are you using somebody up? You playing with somebody's emotions. You're playing with their heart. That's just my personal
Well, then our
opinion. I
kids
find it
abuse
wrong.
us every single day.
Oh,
They sure do.
But that's why we have to teach
the little
them.
That's why I don't
Which
think
way to go?
it's abuse.
little terrorists. That's what I like. to
That's
call
why
them.
he's saying it's a thin line
It's a thing.
in some
because
situations.
you want to do that for your kids.
Yeah.
So you don't think your kids are abusing you.
And
Sometimes.
when these women out
Sometimes.
there
When Aaron
buying
and
these
Harmony,
trifles,
when Aaron and Harmony like to take sides against me, that is abuse.
that ain't man go somewhere.
That
First
is
of all,
abuse.
I don't take sides.
That is emotional abuse. Yes, it is.
I don't take
But
sides.
let me, like my one kid, when I tell you, Lord bless him, he will go somewhere knowing that he do not have no money. Mom, I'm in the line right now. Can you send me some money
Not
for
in
some
the
food?
line.
Hey, he a smart one. I think I used to do that when I was little too.
Not in
Hey,
the line.
real quick, I can't talk.
you.
That's definitely manipulation.
When I tell you, I be like,
Not in the
I be
line.
wanna say, I'm like, why?
Well,
Why?
you better get back
He
there and
like,
bust them
"Look,
dishes.
I'm in the line. Can you please send me some money? I fold.
Get back there.
I fold.
But I be so mad
Dads are
because I
different
like,
because I think dads would be like, okay,
and that's when my my ex husband like, no, Drea,
Yeah.
you got to get to the point and say no.
Yeah, because they
He shouldn't have
he
went.
understands your heart because
And I told him, I'm like, why would you do that?
because
Like,
you know
if
what
you don't got no
Because
money,
he know
don't
you gonna
go.
do
right
it.
because my Nehemiah and Amaria
Why we
neither one of
saying
them would do that.
names?
You know why? Because well you're right.
I'm pretty sure everybody on this podcast know Harmony and
Yeah.
her kids.
But
yeah.
right, but they don't know yours. But they wouldn't do that because I will gratefully leave them high and dry.
And that's what I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm
because
getting
and that's
better.
but the thing is when you do it once, you ain't got to do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
One good time. You mean you're not gonna help me? That's
But
ain't that what I
but what
said?
your
But that's the
your
thing. He got
kids
so many
have-
resources.
Well, I'm about to say her kids too. Like they gonna call other people. They gonna call
Yes,
other
he
people.
literally would
And
call
they
my
might.
mom. He would call Uncle Bud.
And
he
the
would call
thing
Uncle
is,
Bud and my mom and his big sister.
and they might,
Mhm.
but it's and I mean yeah they might, but however they'll stop using you.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna say because they know that like you're not about to use me.
But I just be like, that's faith right there.
That's faith. That is faith. You hear me?
That's probably why he received because he got faith.
That is, he said she's going to do it. Let me call.
I got faith.
Let me call. Everybody got but somebody they can call now.
Yeah.
Let me call you. I know you got it.
And he got multiple. It's me,
I
my
know you
mom,
got
Oh
it.
yeah, oh yeah. Our
dad,
kids have a tribe.
his uncle,
you know.
his big sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw this TikTok earlier.
I have a.
It
we-
wasn't-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You was
You're
talking
fine.
about
It wasn't abuse, but it was about the village. She was on vacation, and it was a mom, and she has a couple kids on vacation, and they were swimming close to these other people, and the guy, you know, he didn't. She said it didn't sound like yelling to her, but he with a stern voice, he's like, "Hey, stop splashing us," you know what I'm saying? And the mom was basically like, "I didn't see nothing wrong with it," you know what I'm saying? I told them to come over to me, and then I told them they need to go back and apologize for splashing those people. And some people in the comments were a little mixed. Some people was like, absolutely, you know what I'm saying? If we say we have a village, we need to, like, they weren't her village. They didn't even know them, but they was just like, she didn't mind someone else, you know, disciplining her children in that way, because it's like, you need to understand that the whole world isn't your own playground.
Hold on. So other people told her kids to stop splashing.
Splashing them.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Splashing each other?
If you're not.
No, splashing them. They were in
that's
the
not
water as
discipline.
well.
No, that ain't
That's
discipline.
just boundaries.
Exactly. Like,
And she was
please
okay
don't.
with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not
should
discipline.
be. She wasn't over there looking at them. She
just read
wasn't
her
watching them.
book,
So
and
if
she
she
just told
wasn't
them-
watching them, yeah, tell them not to do it.
And she told them to go back. She told them to go back and apologize.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Stay
I don't
over
think
there,
that's
stuff like
discipline.
that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed
With our,
just
not
being
our
out
community.
and about. People in general, I feel like, don't have respect for others' space.
Because I believe that people believe that everybody thinks that we care about their kids as much as they do, and we don't.
Mhm.
As someone who is a parent to their child, I don't expect strangers to care for my baby the way I will, and I don't care about yours.
But I'm just thinking
y'all's.
it's just like
But-
grown people in general too. Because for instance, I just took a
I
trip.
know I sound really
I-
harsh, but I'm just like, get your kids. We out in a public space. No, get your
wouldn't-
kid, bro.
I wouldn't say I don't care about other people's because I do.
Yeah, that's
But
a bit strong.
That's a bit strong. But
Get
I will
your
say this. I will
kid.
say this. It's not that I don't care. I understand that everybody parents differently, and I don't want to overstep.
That's
But
why
it's
I
not like
said,
if
get your
alligator's about to
kid.
get your kid, I ain't about to say that ain't my kid.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna go that far. But I'm just like, get your if you sitting there watching the alligator creep up on the baby, where are you at?
I might snatch your
Get
kid
your
up.
kid.
Me too.
And then I might look at you like, what you
I'm
doing?
gonna throw your kid at you. Get your. You ain't see that alligator. The heck is you doing?
Why is you watching the baby
Something's
climb
just-
over the fence?
Like, yeah, certain stuff like that
Dummy.
do bother me. If a kid's gonna get hurt, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's like
Right.
you try to be mindful and be quiet because it's not your child. But it's like,
Right.
what point do you?
But some people get offended at you for correcting
don't-
their children.
They need to be.
Yeah.
Because like you need to learn to tell your kid this is not okay. And it just makes me think like if you don't correct them while they're little, they're gonna turn into grown adults.
We had this
and
conversation.
to
a while
say
ago.
this, like literally, I just came back and I took a train. It had to be like around 2-3 in the morning.
Mhm.
Everybody sleep on the train.
Mhm.
Stop. People come on,
Mhm.
and it's a man literally standing up just talking. Like that's rude.
on the phone
No, he's talking to the people that he came on the train with, having
at
a full,
3:00 in the morning.
just having a full conversation. It had to be somewhere around that time. It was like I can't say the exact
Like,
time,
yeah.
but I know it's still time to be resting,
yeah.
not to be up having a full blown conversation.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, like stuff like that, people don't respect
haven't been
other
taught.
people. Yeah, like no, you've been taught. You just don't care. I ain't gonna say you've been taught because you probably wasn't taught. But it's just like you get to a certain age, you have to read the room. Like learn how to respect people boundaries. Learn when it's to talk and when not to talk. Like I just feel like people just don't care. People just gonna do what they want to do.
Mhm.
I got to go back to what Tay said earlier.
What's
You
that?
think it's discipline if somebody tell your kid to stop splashing in?
No, I didn't say that. I was bringing the story up. I said this has nothing to do with abuse. She was just, I was agreeing with her.
Right, but you call it discipline.
What do you
I
mean?
was
What
just
did I
asking,
say?
do you think
What
that's
did I say?
do you think
who
that's
did I say discipline to?
to us?
I think you
Didn't
said that the
another
lady
woman
was
tell her to go
okay
back?
with her disciplining
with,
her
with
child.
them disciplining her child.
Oh yeah, that was just like a form of wordage. I don't think I was just. I won't say he.
Right, but being that
disciplined,
right, so because that's why I want you to clear it up. See, I know you, so I was just like, okay, let me.
I mean,
It's not really-
discipline. I mean,
for a lack of
it's a
better
boundary.
phrase is
It's
what
just
you-
a
yeah.
boundary.
Not
technically.
hitting, but I feel like if an adult is telling a child something and it's not done out of anger
Malice,
or
yeah.
malice intent, I feel like people
It's
need to
okay.
learn to be okay with that. Like, because we
And I
have
think
to
that
help.
was my point of
We're
bringing it up.
helpers of one another. So if I'm sitting here seeing your child do something and it's not right, I can easily not say nothing and your child get hurt. So would you be mad at me because I didn't say nothing?
I'm more inclined, unless it's like a life-threatening situation, I'm more inclined not to say anything because honestly, I'm probably looking at you as a parent like, why are you allowing this behavior to happen? Especially if it's not like life-threatening. I'm just like, get your kid. Like, why you got to run around here looking like that? You know what I'm saying? Especially like when I see kids like with no shoes on in the store.
Yeah, that's
And,
it's just like
one time I saw a kid with just a pamper on in the store. I was like baffled. I was like, you are I
Now,
can't
I probably
speak.
wouldn't say
I
nothing
was
like that because
I
that's
was
on the
so
mama.
upset because I was like, you let this baby come out here with just a darn diaper on. I don't care.
Was it
how
winter,
long I
summertime?
don't remember.
Child,
the
I
season.
done seen
I don't
people walk
care.
into a public bathroom with no shoes.
That is wild work.
I'm just
all
like, I
kinds
don't
of
care.
stuff.
People like, you don't know what it took for me to get done. I don't care.
Like, get it together.
You couldn't
put
take
them something
extra
on.
30 seconds to put some flip flops on or something.
Like, oh my gosh, like stuff like that. I'm just like annoyed by. I'm just like, get away
But-
from me. You and your child, get away from me.
But
'cause
some people
you
have hard
raising
times
this.
now with their kids because they didn't allow other people to
That's because, but that's on
intervene
them
and
though.
help them.
Yeah,
It
that's
is on them, but it's just sad
Yeah.
because sometimes you hear people like I know people. I actually know somebody that used to be like that. Oh, don't touch my kid. Don't say nothing to my kid. And now your kid act a certain way and you feel some type of way because the people around them you wouldn't let say or do anything to them, and not necessarily do because
No
I
matter
was
where they
real
go, it's gonna
big
be somebody
on
that gotta be.
everybody
answer
couldn't
to.
discipline my kids physically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, certain people I felt that was trustworthy because I know they had, my child's best interest at heart. But everybody, certain people know. But if an adult told my child to do something and it was right, okay. Then.
Yeah, I expect them to do it.
Yeah, I expect them to do it.
Because you have to, it's good for that to happen, especially you have a lot of trustworthy people around because they have to realize that you're not the end all be all. Like, it's other adults around here that you need to respect. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody's asking you to do something, especially if it is, in the confines of what your mom and daddy be telling you, you need to do it. Just
And
do it. Get
even
it
like with me and my ex-husband, our situation, like with the woman he was dating, she would say certain things and kids might feel some type of way, but I would say to my kids like, okay, I talked to them like, what did she say? Okay, I was like, well, she's right. Now if I felt like something was not right, I say something to him about it.
Yes.
And it had been a couple of times things came up and I say something to him real quick and he'll put, he'll check it because it's just like, I just wanted my kids to respect her. She's still an adult. I understand me and your father are not together, but at the same time, you're still going to respect the person he's with because she's older than you.
Yes.
So, I would talk to my kids about different things.
Yeah. So basically, the different forms of abuse. You could be a pastor and be abusive.
Anybody.
You can abuse. You can abuse power. You can. It's so many different forms of abuse, and I think that the more we have these conversations and discuss like the thin lines, because some people, I think maybe you haven't, maybe we can help you. Maybe you haven't been taught. Maybe you don't know what lines are abuse.
I have another one for the people that call their children out their names.
Oh my gosh.
We
it's
don't
so
talk
disgusting.
about that enough in our community. I'm not speaking about other communities because I'm not them. But from what I see from African Americans, not all, but the ones that do call their children the B word,
Disgusting.
a whole, just different types of
Disgusting.
words. Like when I tell you that do something to me in my soul, like I hate to see it, because my thing is, why would you say that to your child? Because if a woman or a man said that to you off the street, you ready to fight.
Yeah.
So what makes you think that it's okay to sit up there and call your child this?
I think that some people mean to abuse their kids or spouses or whatever, even if they don't understand the after effects. They mean to do it because they're hurting, and instead of getting the help that they need, they go ahead and try to relieve themselves in some way, like the so-called, like if you ever hear the term mean girls, you're sitting up there and a girl walks in and you just don't like them and you don't know nothing about them and begin to say little sneaky remarks and stuff like that. All of that is forms of abuse. You're trying to create a reaction or you're trying to create an insecurity in that person. That's a form of abuse. And just because you don't know them does not mean that you're not being abusive towards them. Just by trying to, like, why do you need them to feel any type of way at all?
Yeah, less than or
right, like make them feel less than or any, like, that's not you not liking someone that you see is not validation that something's wrong with them.
There's something wrong
It's
with you.
validation that something has to be wrong with you. Like
you need to work
something
it out.
has to be, because let's say even if you see something about someone that you think isn't right, or maybe they don't have on the right clothes, maybe they don't have the right speech, maybe they are ghetto, maybe, you know, whatever. Like what rises up in you though that says I don't like you because of that, because of anything.
Yeah, because even me, if I see something like out of place, I'm like, you could do better. But I don't be like, I don't like you for it. You know, I'm like,
Right, like
I'm not gonna mistreat
right,
you.
I ain't gonna
There
mistreat
you
you
have
because I'm gonna be like, nah, baby,
There
we
you
could
have
have did
it.
something a little better with that. What you wearing? But
And
you know
some
what I'm
people
saying?
don't know to do better because they was never brought up
That is
around
Mhm.
people that did better.
That is
Like,
true.
so I feel like when it comes to us African American people, we have to understand that we have to have more grace with one another, because some people really are not taught these things. Like they really don't know how to properly dress, or how to properly care for themselves, or what people seem to be deemed to be like.
Yeah.
I don't even want to use that word because I hate the fact that we always associate the word ghetto with Black people, and that's not the case. So I guess I'm going to say ignorant. And ignorant
That's
is
a good
just
word.
ignorant is just you not knowing
Yeah.
something. That
Right.
don't make you stupid.
Right.
You just don't know. You're not educated on it.
Correct.
So my thing is we have to be mindful of that instead of looking down on one another when it comes to certain things. And I feel like the best thing we can do, if somebody don't know something, you teach them, but you do it in love.
And I want to expand that, because I don't even want to say just to the African American community. I want to say all communities. Like, let's be better at grace as a human race. Like, because I mean, and it's just my opinion. I know that it's unpopular, but I feel like there's one race, and that's the human race. And I do feel like there's different cultures that have been designed around certain ethnic groups, or not ethnic groups, but groups in general. Like there's different everything, and it's just like, okay, whatever the case may be, whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever culture you come from, like we can have more grace towards each other, because especially if you're a Christian, God wants us to learn to be one. Because it's a, like, okay, you do in this world, you're gonna have prejudiced white people, you're gonna have prejudiced Black people, and from my understanding, ain't nobody more prejudiced than a 40-year-old Chinese man, they say. I don't know. I don't know. I worked, my bosses were Korean, and they were so good to me, and even now they're good to me, and they were like family. So I can't tell you about those cultures, but they're talking about how even Asian cultures are so strict on their kids, and they're so strict on this, and they're so strict on that. And so being that they are strict in these different areas of education, they look down on other cultures and think they're less than, or they're dumber, or they're lazy, or they're, whatever. And, or any race that says that they're superior, any race that says that they're this or that, understand that you can literally switch, where you could take Black people and put them in Asia and have them grow up, all of us, and put Asia to grow up in slavery, Asians to grow up in slavery. You would end up at the same result as these people. You would be just as prejudiced as the Asians, and they would be just as so-called ghetto as the Blacks, because of the fact that, right, you can that's why it's so important to see yourself in anybody's shoes, because human behavior, a lot is linked to our spiritual, the spirit realm, and the our neurological inner workings. Those things happen because of traumas and all different types of stuff. It made them who they are, and it made these people who they are, and those people who they are. And so grace in general, because I didn't grow up as you, because I didn't grow up where you grow up and come from where you come from, that there's going to be a lack of understanding. And the only way to meet at a place of understanding
is
to respect each other and hear each other, and be willing to have the conversation, because that's what will bring the world more peace, better this, better that, because I can't sit here personally as a young African American woman and say, y'all need to stop being prejudiced and sit in that judgment seat and not look at my own inner workings and what I need to figure out about me. Mm-hmm. And even how I feel towards y'all, about how y'all feel. I ain't never been a middle-aged white woman. So I don't know what it's like to be able to have that superiority. But I do know what it's like to be a popular girl and to see someone who I think is really ratchet, at some point in my life and be like, gosh, she ratchet. I can't. You get what I'm saying?
And not knowing her struggles.
Right. And it's like, I can't say I'm prejudiced or racist because of the fact that she's the same color as me. But that's still some sort of prejudice against where she came from, because I didn't have to grow up where she grew up. I wasn't born to her family. I wasn't born to her mama and her daddy. I don't know her struggles. And it's only the fact that I was born to who I was born to that I'm not her.
And what you see as her worst, that might be her best.
Yeah. And it's all she can give the world
at that time.
And why isn't that enough?
But she still had room to grow. So you got to let people.
You don't know what's inside of anybody. Like, where were you when God made himself a them? And you don't know what's in them. You don't know what they can be. And you don't know the struggles. And the reason why so much is coming against them is because if you are a Christian and you believe in God and you believe in the enemy, then you have to believe that the enemy no thief tries to rob an empty house.
Come on here.
So if he's coming against a certain race of people, a certain demographic, or certain person, then there's much in that person that he's trying to rob them of as a thief. You want riches. So, don't judge anybody. Like, let's learn how to, like, why can't she be who she is and that not be enough? I wasn't there when God created her.
Because it's ratchet, Shayna. I'm sorry. Look, I hear you. No. And I get it.
It's not saying that she can't improve.
I'm just saying
that we shouldn't judge where she's at.
They can improve because you really, like, some people really do not have.
We've seen people come up out of ratchetness.
No, I'm not saying they can't. That's not what I'm saying.
Like, they really don't have nobody there to guide them or to show them different.
Sure. So you should have more understanding, but that also doesn't mean you shouldn't say something. But you shouldn't encourage them to not be ratchet.
Do it in love. Not if you can't do it in love.
Yeah, I agree. You should do it in a good way.
Of course, show them something different. But if you can't do it in love, keep your mouth shut.
I agree.
It's just that,
because you just sitting there talking about them or trying to come out. Oh, look at why you acting like that. Probably ain't gonna work. So I can agree, but that still don't mean they ain't ratchet.
Yeah, I've never seen.
No, they still ratchet, but just you gotta show them in love. You gotta teach them in love. You can't be mean spirited because you feel some type of way.
Absolutely. And there's a show on Netflix. I'm gonna encourage everybody to go watch it. It's called 100 Humans. And it basically is just teaching you human behavior. And they got all different kinds of cultures up there, all different kinds of people from all different kinds of walks of life. And it shows you just regular human behaviors and what happens. And it's basically like a human experiment. I encourage people to watch that so that you can kind of understand the psychology of human behavior. Because it might help you not judge so much.
And to be honest, to take out of all of this, just treat people how you want to be treated.
Some people want to be beat.
Well, if you want to be beat, keep that to yourself.
That's fair.
But for the most part, if that's the case, then you're treating people how you want to be treated.
But for the most part, people want to be treated well. People want to be loved and respected. But for the ones that don't,
treat people how the Bible says treat people.
Follow the word.
Some people really do want to be abused, and they go looking for it. And you can have
something.
You can have perfect peace
that need to be broken,
and we'll go looking for something else that'll break you down.
Treat people how, get to know God and get to know His word, so you can treat people how the word says treat people.
Because I'm telling you this, you're not going to make it into heaven. For the people that are true Christian believers, you're not going to make it into heaven with hate in your heart.
That's a fact.
It don't matter.
That's going to weigh you down when you get caught up.
So when you get in front of God and say, oh, I didn't like this person because they was this color, they was that color. He was like, well, hell you go.
In hell, you
I'm
will
just-
lift up your eyes.
Yes.
man.
So y'all better get it right.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the Christians, the people that are true Christian believers. If you're gonna be a Christian, live by
You
the
gotta
Bible.
give it up.
God love us all, no matter
Be a
what.
yeah, you got to be a living sacrifice. You got to give
Mhm.
that stuff up.
And on that note, if you want to see maybe we can help live, we will be speaking at an event called Why I Rock My Crown on March 7th. You gonna put that link down there to get tickets?
Yeah, I put it in.
Everybody
will
point down.
Aaron will, not down there. It's gonna be in the
I ain't put it
description
on the
box.
screen. It's gonna
Right.
be in-
I tried.
So if you would like to see us, it's not our event. It is a wonderful young lady. Her name is Nikki Roundtree. She is having an event called Why I Rock My Crown. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like this is the third or fourth event she's
She's been
hosting.
doing it for a while.
Yeah, she's doing
actually.
it for a while, and she will be on our podcast very, very soon, thankfully. So, if you would like to see us and a host of other people lifting up the name of the Lord, and just it's gonna have a great, great, great time. March 7th, the tickets will be in the description box. Please come out, support, show love, and you'll get to see us live and in color. I am. This has been another episode of Maybe We Can Help. I'm Tasia Royale.
I'm Sheena.
I'm Drea.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.